Hi guys, and welcome to Conversations with AnouMe. What are different ways, and I think we talked about it, Depika, not long back, and what are different ways we try to escape life?
Oh, yes. There's so many different dynamics of this. So escaping life is the opposite of being present, basically, right?
Good one, yeah.
And most of us live in a state of escapism, for example, rather than being present.
Okay.
So in that sense, we kind of check out on a day-to-day basis.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So
why is it we do it?
It's easy. It's easier. When the things that we don't feel comfortable facing in life, we kind of check out. So it may be that it depends on the situation. So say if someone is confronting you. So the best way that I can explain it is if someone is confronting you with something that you're uncomfortable talking about, you might check out. Check out mean that you are still there, you're agreeing, you're nodding, and you're saying very, very passive, etc. Right? But actually mentally, you've checked out. From a presence point of view, you checked out, so you're not fully there, you're not fully engaged.
Is that a sort of like a protection mechanism or just a way of living? Or
many of us live that way because it's easier, like I said. And we tend to escape life because so many different reasons. Sometimes we've learnt that as a pattern because we were traumatized as children, whether it was some sort of abuse or something like that. We tend to live in a state of escapism because reality isn't safe for us. So what our minds do, it helps us to kind of escape, and it'll make us, sometimes it's just checking out as an escape mechanism. Sometimes it's fantasy based, which is an escape mechanism. And sometimes it really depends on the situation. But there are some people that will live fully and utterly checked out because it's so much easier than to deal with it. And also people that tend to check out also may not like conflict, So go on. You have a question.
And is it possible that one way of checking out is basically through experiences that are on a surface something that we desire, like that lovely holiday or a trip that actually looks amazing and you're looking forward to it, but can that be a way of escapism?
It really depends on the person. So I think yes, it can, and sometimes it's what you need. So it's difficult to kind of say this is escapism and that isn't, and defining it that way, because it's more of, like I say, escapism is the opposite of being present. So you can go on vacation and be fully present, or you can go on vacation and it's a form of escapism of your day-to-day life. So it depends on the individual person. What I'm trying to define here is that is that our ability to kind of check out of our day-to-day life, depending on the circumstances, depending on the situation. And in some ways that serves us. It helps us to get through the day. It helps us to get through the difficult situations that we have. And it stops us from causing pain. Yet, so in some ways, escapism, we do benefit from it. In other ways, it just means that we're not fully present. Therefore, we're not fully listening. We're not fully there in conversations. We may, like, say, if your kids are being ratty, you may want to just check out, and that's totally utterly normal to check out. But then it might make your kids more ratty because kids have a sixth sense about whether their parents are present or not. So it's you may also the conversation that you might hear in a state of escapism will be different if you're in a state of presence. So therefore, it will also cause miscommunication and stuff like that. So I think the key thing is to notice, when do I check out? What situations causes me to check out? When am I not fully there? What makes me feel uncomfortable? right? And these will give you indications of where you can bring more presence into life, you know, and put yourself in those situations and stay present, which could be more active listening for some people, you know, or active engagement. Yeah. Does that make sense?
It does, yeah. It does. I think a thought while listening you speak was like, what if I'm not even sure when is it that I'm checked out and when is it that I'm present? That was more of a, yeah.
Yeah, and I guess to actually know that one needs to raise the self-awareness. So I think the best thing to do is like just have a look to see what situations make you feel uncomfortable, because that's probably likely where you're going to be checking out. What situations, you know, what do you want to, when you go on vacation or holiday, what parts of your life do you want to run away from? What parts of your life do you want to run away from? What people do you want to run away from? And sometimes we're not escaping our situation externally, we're actually escaping ourselves because we don't feel good about ourselves as well. So there's so many different dynamics in this.
Yeah. Perfect. Thank you. I think I'll close it here. This was just enough of golden nuggets. And thank you guys for watching. Till the next CWA. Bye-bye.
Bye.